Yo, 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 what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Talk Your Talk Radio slash the pen and the pad. I think this might be the pen and the pad right here. We can go with the pen and the pad for this one. Right now, what we here to do is give y'all a quick review in on the Nas album and a little preview of how I feel about the Diddy album, the Love album by Diddy himself that came out, dropped out this past Friday. I come here, got my boy with me, the boy Terry. Yo, Terry, go ahead and talk to the peoples, man.
What's going on, everybody?
What's been good with you, man? You know?
Man, just surviving. Economy status, of course.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But welcome to the pen and the pad, ladies and gentlemen. As you can hear, the new soft tone intro that I got up in here, man. I've just been making intro musics, man. I love it. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, and
Man,
I'm gonna let
need a
it.
commission.
I'm gonna let it
Need
fade
a
out.
commission Manny Fresh. We need Manny Fresh to do one of our intros, man.
Hey, yeah, that would be
Woo!
nice. I think that would
Dun,
be
dun,
nice.
dun, 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 dun.
I think that'll be nice though, man. But yeah, man. So, what the fuck you do today, nigga?
Man, hang out with family. Got to meet one of my nieces I ain't met yet in
Mm.
6 months.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. She won't remember that
but
though.
you say what?
I said she won't remember that. She's on the 6 month old.
Yeah, she's 6 months old, but that's what I did today. Got to meet my niece.
Plan to do that more often,
Oh well,
or it
hopefully
is
if
what
me and
it
my
is.
brother, if me and my brother can get along.
Ah, God damn it. I mean, I know a little bit about the whole, not getting along with, and I don't know what you guys' issues is, but definitely on my part, it's kind of like the door's open for me. Well, on my end, the door's open. He's,
Mhm.
my brother's the type who, keeps shutting the door every time, something don't go his way. But yeah, I definitely I get the drift of it. Um, but yeah, besides that, man, so today it was pretty much of a workout for me. So had to move. I switched. We had this big sectional at the old house. It was in great shape. So our plan was to put that inside the loft when we got to this new house now. And we got the movers to put it straight in the loft. It took up a lot of room because it's fucking huge. And, bought new furniture for downstairs, probably like 2 weeks later, after we moved in. And the couches that I got, it was a love seat and it was a couch. I always felt like this should be in the loft and the sectional should be, down here in the living room. So we finally made a decision to change that. And we did. The loft looks definitely better. It looks like it has more space and it's more organized. And downstairs look a little more fuller, because, it's a big living room. So that sectional definitely covered up a lot. And that's kind of what we were looking for anyway. So yeah, doing all that, moving that up and down the stairs, it took a lot out of me today because I'm not in lifting couches workout phase right now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's like for instance, The
So
Rock. The Rock came back to SmackDown this past Friday.
got
As
fucked up.
as good, no, he didn't get fucked up. As in good of a shape that this guy is in, he still couldn't go out there and play a full football game right now.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get fucked up because he's not in football shape. You
Yeah.
know, just like someone who can do gymnastics, that don't mean they can go out there and play a full NBA basketball game without, feeling some type of pain, because they're using muscles and different movements that they haven't been using. So, me, I'm not in moving furniture uh, conditions right now. So, the lower back is definitely telling my age right now. So I
Uh,
know once I hit this bed, I'm gonna be knocked the fuck out.
yeah.
I know that for sure. So that's pretty much how my day went. Caught up on The Shy, which I understand you're not a fan of because you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna get to it. I don't know why the fuck.
You're like the only person I know besides older people who don't even watch The Shy or never watched an episode. Especially when you're talking about dealing with the black culture, what goes on in the black household. The only difference is I believe the creator is it Lena White or Leah White or I forget her name. I'm so fucking sorry. But
This show is this on Netflix? What was it
it's on
on?
Showtime. It's on Showtime, but you can watch it also on like Hulu Plus, Hulu Live TV, stuff like that. Because I got Showtime through them. I got
Okay.
stars through them as well, so I get to watch, the Power, and of course you got Ghost Son, that Power with Tariq, and then you got the other Power with Tommy. It's just too much Power chapters with different people and all that shit. I just wish they gave Tommy his own show and named it after Tommy or whatever, because this really doesn't feel like it's a connection with Ghost or the past or anything like that. But yeah, anyway. So The Shy, it's by a gay owner, creator. She's lesbian and she focused a lot on, the gay community, the black community. Um there's a lot of gangster shit going on in there. There's a lot of straight relationship shit that's going on in there that you've seen before, you've heard before. People just get killed out there because they in Chicago, so it might get like that. Um, I think it's a beautiful show because it tells everything around it. It gives you a look in The Shy, but in the best way possible. You know,
Hmm.
um, it's drama to it. I like it. I like it. It's a good show. It's still interesting, but when I first got hooked onto it, it was. Remember the corner?
Yeah.
All right, just picture that more modern, up to date. It's more swag to it. It's more, uh, talking about, like right now they got one guy. What's the dude name that played Michael Jackson when he was young, and he was also on ATL.
Jason Weaver.
Yeah, they got him on there,
Hmm.
and he playing a nigga who like just got out of jail, and just got out of prison, and trying not to go back to that life. So he met him a little chick, little
I
ugly
like
joint.
Jason Weaver. I might have to check it out just because it's him
But
in
he
there.
just on this season. He just got on. I think he been on the past two seasons. and this is like season fucking 4 or 5. So yeah, you're not gonna see him until those seasons go up though. But he playing a role, he getting little niggas in check. Yo, little nigga, that nigga trying to go to jail, trying to go home or something, trying to die. Like he'll toughen him up a little bit. Um, but now he's like out of a job. You know what I mean? So he that nigga at home smoking all day, and the bitch, hey, don't smoke in here, go outside, and you're like, God damn, So they had these little, like I said, we should be doing. They had these little meetings where all of them come together and just talk about shit. You know, um, like I said, it's a nice show, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful show. I like it better than Power. It gives me a different side of the streets, and you see it from kids' point of views, not kids, but like teenagers' point of
So it's
views.
almost like The Wire.
I mean,
If
I
you ever
guess
if you ever
yeah, something like The
if you
Wire.
ever watched The Wire,
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking about
did.
that season where it was
Where
about the kids.
Michael B. Jordan and shit was in it.
Yeah, I'm talking about, but as far as when you talking about the kids part, because they had a season where on The Wire where it was pretty much just about the hoppers.
I mean, but this is more of it in each episode you see it on all different levels. You see the older women. It's not like a documentary or something. It's just showing you like you got two lesbians who are older women that you can tell they brought in their upper 30s, early 40s. In the first episode, they had a couple of older people in there who passed away now. You know, they were leading in a different direction with I can't think of that nigga name either. You seen what's that fucking movie? Superfly, the newest one?
Uh,
It came out like 2017, 18, something like that.
about the one with Ross in it.
Was Ross in that?
With
I don't
the
remember Rick
Spanish.
Ross in it.
Yeah, he was in there. It was corny.
And the nigga who starred in it was from here. He's from
You talking
Indiana.
about? You talking about? But all the niggas was dressed in white and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
So you remember the little nigga who was with Superfly, the dark skinned nigga?
yeah,
Okay, he was starring in Shy. Like, he was becoming a popular character there. But he ended up they had allegations that he was sexual harassing his girlfriend on the show. Not his real girlfriend, but his girlfriend. She plays his girlfriend on the show. And I guess, and he was getting like a food truck, and he was starting to get popular and all that shit. So it was coming to be something good. And he was one of those niggas that was like, you would think like, a little bit younger than us, but cut from the same cloth.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was always trying to get the little niggas head on straight and all that type of shit too. So um it was a it was doing good until those allegations popped up. So
They had a
the
couple people off that
female,
show.
so the female who was doing playing his girlfriend, she ended up leaving the show. She didn't want to do it anymore, and they end up letting him go off the show. So it was like, ugh. And then they had another dude on there. He was playing like a big brother to one of the. He was like a big time drug dealer, like one of them. Every time he act, the way he talk and everything, you can tell it was that Chicago style. Like he sounded like one of them niggas. And
What's up, folks?
and he ended up going out and I guess he wanted to pursue more of his R&B career, which he's a singer, and I really couldn't fucking see that after watching him act. I'm like, this nigga sing? The fuck? But he went and pursued his R&B career. I don't know how
Why
that
didn't they
worked out.
have? Why didn't they have Jason Weaver play that part? And he's the singer. He should have been. You know what I mean?
I mean, that nigga was the no. He's not a singer in the show. He was like a singer in real life. He
I know.
left the
Ah,
show.
okay,
He
okay.
left the show to pursue
To
his R&B
pursue it.
career.
Ah,
Yeah, that wasn't a part of it. The role he was playing was like a Chicago nigga, like he was running the trap house and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was
oh,
about that, like he was one of them niggas you ain't want to cross. And man, I think you should definitely pay attention to that joint, man. It really started off like deep
how
in the
many seasons
streets.
is it already?
I believe it's season 4 or 5 right now. I don't want to get in line. But
Did
yeah.
you ever watch that show ATL?
Yeah. With Danny Glover. I mean Donald
Uh,
Glover.
yeah.
Fucking Danny Glover. Fucking wish I would see him on a fucking show.
We'll
Doing
stand with you.
doing a little neck move from
Briggs.
Lethal Weapon.
Briggs. The head roll. They ain't the neck
What
move.
he
That's the
do?
head roll. There you go. Briggs.
that nigga, that nigga be on that nigga be on one knee sweating. Goddamn
With
shirt
that,
got blood on it. He got to
with his
take that
six.
one shot.
It's
Ring!
always one shot. It's always one shot, too.
He got one bullet left.
He's mine, Riggs.
That nigga had one bullet
You
left.
get
He
that son of
found
a
it.
bitch.
He... Hey man, see, that's why we need to start doing films, man. Like, I wanna go back and watch, but I think it'd be best doing it as a group, like looking at movies as
At
a
least
group.
three people.
You know what I
We need
mean?
Schreiber in. We need
I know, I
Schreiber on
know.
this one.
I'm not talking about joining a podcast. I'm talking about like actually like doing the podcast while watching the movie.
Yeah.
You can do like a watch along type thing, but that'll have to be something
Mm-hmm.
going on in person because But anyway, we can talk about that some other time though. But yeah, man, I watched ATL. What about it?
I ain't never watched it. I just was trying to figure out if it was like on the same level as The Shy, I guess.
Nah, ATL is more comedy to me. It has
Who?
real life. I say it's more comedy to me. ATL.
Yeah, 'cause I seen something where motherfucker tried to go in a.
You
I
talking
guess
about
they was banging
Atlanta,
out
right?
the.
You talking about Atlanta
I think.
with Donald Glover? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I think I seen something where a nigga tried to go in the drive through and the nigga pulled out the AK-47 and got the dumping.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
it. I don't know. It give you real life situations, but it kind of give you some comedy out of it as well. I like it because it was different. The first season probably was the best season though. It probably was the best and the funniest. Then they kept going different ways. They kept trying to send, messages through each episode type thing like that. And it was during the pandemic time and all that. So it really felt like they did what they could do with it. And it turned out, I guess doable. But the first season definitely was a classic one. Uh yeah, man.
so was it more like a? So you remember that movie Carlito's Way?
Yeah,
Well, of course I know you do. Then
of
they came out
course.
with the part two with Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Screwed the whole, screwed that whole legacy up. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like,
Hey, it
why?
probably held them for their publishing for that too.
You know I did that movie. I was the star.
Fuck
Man, you
no.
ain't gonna keep talking about Diddy and his publisher, man. Damn. Nigga Diddy's a businessman.
Yeah, real fucking businessman. Real
And you know how
fucking
he is. You
businessman.
know he a businessman. Is every time y'all accuse him, he be at his place of business.
Yeah.
Y'all always come fuck with me. Uh, nigga,
uh,
take that, nigga.
and Diddy will pay for his sins. That's
Well,
the
that's like
good
a couple.
Lord. You got to bring on Esther
That's,
out for his ass. And the good Lord gonna get you for your sins one day, Fred Sanford. You better pray.
Whatever the soul belongs in hell.
Esther, you better pray I don't get to that door with this bat. Man, he always says
He the king. He's the king of New York, nigga.
come on, bad boy. So we you had a chance to listen to Magic 3, right?
I gave it a quick listen.
All
It
right.
not all the way like I'm supposed to,
All
because I
right.
didn't get.
So one of the ones that definitely hit your earlobes was Never Die, Nas featuring Lil Wayne. Uh
Yeah,
According to Genius.com, this is the most viewed or streamed song from this album with 12.3 thousand listens already. And that's just from
yeah.
on here. Um
Mm-hmm.
the second one is actually the first one, the intro. That got 6.6K. Uh and then TSK, that's the second song that got 5.9.
Yeah, that's the
And
song I was gonna say. Like TSK and Never Die was the two
mhm.
that kind of grew on me.
And then
I haven't really.
they got I Love This Feeling with 5.7 uh views on it. Um so with just a little bit you listen to, like I said, to me this was a real hip hop album. It wasn't meant to be commercial. It wasn't meant to make you move. It wasn't meant to motivate you to go out there and want to freestyle and none. It was just one of those things. It's like shut the fuck up and listen. You know what I'm saying? Like enjoy this artwork right here. That's just what it gave me, and that's the only reason why for the first listen I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I have a feeling just because it's him and because of what he's preaching, it's something that should have been a classic just in its own way. That's just how I feel. In its own way, it should be a classic. You know, it, with all the shit he's been doing, he's been putting out album after albums, and this one just felt more like this is what Nas really wanted to rap like every time. I think he chooses to use different producers and things like that just to mix it up a little bit. I think he
Yeah,
changed
so
his style just a tad bit to kind of update it to so these other niggas can understand what he's talking about as well. But this album right here, I felt like he didn't do that. I felt like he said, you know what, this for my real motherfuckers out there. This for my true
it's for
fans.
yeah who know me.
Mm-hmm. So
So
am I
because
off with that? Like, do that sound like what did you get out of it when you listened to it?
let me see. I got Godson vibes on there.
Okay. I can see that.
Like the album, if you listen to Godson, it was more on a level of, to me, if I compare his albums, his past albums, I would say it was on the level of Godson to me. Just updated version, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I haven't, like I said, I'm still reviewing the album. I'm gonna give it another couple days before I give it my full my full review of how many mics I'm gonna give it, how many stars and things of that nature. But some songs stick out like TSK, um, Never Die, and
So, what do you think
uh,
about "Never Die" featuring Wayne? That's the first thing you mentioned, and you said it was fire when you text me.
yeah, I like
Um,
the beat. I mean, I like their verses, their bars on there, but I didn't too much like the beat. It sounded like they was trying to play catch up on the beat. It's like I didn't like the beat. I like the song, the bar. I think the bars, the lyrics saved the production on the beat to me, in my opinion. So,
mm,
like I would say the song was fire because of the lyrics and the hook and how they structured it. But I didn't like I personally didn't like the beat.
uh,
I didn't like them. I didn't like how they sounded on the beat. Let me rephrase that, guy. That beat didn't. It sounded like a Nas beat, but it sounded like a little sped up to me for Nas, and then it sounded like they was both just because it was a iconic song, I guess, in my opinion. With the bars, it
um,
saved the song for me.
yeah. I gotta stop you there, man. That beat was so unique. I loved it.
Hmm.
It was unique. I loved how they weren't playing catch up with it. They were fucking sparring. They were
Yeah,
bullshitting with. They were just hitting each other with a little flow. I fucking loved it, man. That was hip hop,
it was
right? I'm sorry, you saying it.
it was
I won't look
it
in.
was great.
I was looking way deep. The beat definitely gave the song that unique style, and it made them rap like that. And them
Yeah,
niggas, I'm sorry, Nas. And I read this in a comment, and I agree with it 100%. Nas was dog walking those beats. Shout out to the guy who said that shit. But when I couldn't figure out, how much of a hip hop this was, when he said that, it definitely hit me because it's like it's true. You can tell Nas controlled the entire album. He didn't let the beat speak for him. He didn't let the hook win it over. It was like, no, nigga, this is all me. Wayne's gonna have to rap like that because of me. This beat sound like that. Yeah, let's put him. Let's really put him up there. You remember that episode when Red Man and Method Man was fucking around with Ludacris,
yeah.
and they
When
made
he
that
was
stupid ass beat, and what Luda did, he still
went
jumped
in
on
there and
that bitch,
adapted.
and you know what I'm saying. So I think it was one of those beats. It was like, I like it. It's different. Let's see who can fuck with it. I think that's
Yeah,
what it was for that one. So yeah, I
I think
can't.
it has to grow on me, maybe. But
Yeah,
because like I'm not. If you really listen to it, like I don't really think unless because I'm a Wayne fan, but I'm not a huge Wayne fan. So unless people have heard Wayne spit on beats, like I've never heard Wayne spit on beats like that. And then I've heard him spit on unique beats, but to me, like I said,
yeah.
I
That beat was really unique. I never heard Wayne spit to a beat like that. I never heard Nas spit to a beat like that.
that's
That.
what, and I think that's what it is. Is just it's just new to me, and I'm not used to that production for a Nas song. Or
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, it sounds like a Nas beat. Let me take that back, but like sped up to like a little sped up for Nas. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I didn't like the beat. I just thought the beat went a little too fast. I
Mm-hmm.
think it could have been slowed down a little bit for the song, just a little bit, in my opinion.
I think it's perfect as it is.
It has it have to grow. I have to listen to it again
Yeah,
because, like I
and
said,
plus I don't know how you're listening to it. You know what I'm saying? You could be listening to it while you're just chilling. You can be listening to it while you're on the phone. You can be, you know what I'm saying? Me,
Mhm.
when I listen to these albums, I'm doing absolutely nothing but listening to the albums. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be when I'm going to take a shit. All right, I'm gonna be in here for about a good 10 minutes. Let me go ahead and throw a couple of goddamn songs on right there so I can actually listen. And it could
Mm-hmm.
be me just, after the kid go down for a nap. All right, let me go ahead and play the rest of this fucking song, the rest of this
Mm-hmm.
album. You know what I mean? And I zone out and listening to it. I listen to it. I put my headsets on, which you know me, I'm an Apple guy. So I got the AirPods Pros, the big ass ones that go over the top of your head and shit. So and it's got the Beats by Dre shit inside and all that shit. So I'm hearing every instrument. I'm hearing his lyrics loud and clear. So listening to it like that, that's why I said if I was doing it the way you were doing it, probably listening to it through a phone or through Alexa or something like that.
I
And I'm
listen to
just
it, yeah, on my speakers.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just put
I'm
it on my
just and
speakers.
I'm just kind of walking by and doing this and that and all that, or you know what I'm saying, kind of looking at TV, kind of nod, the TV on mute, but I'm listening to, you know what I'm saying. If I was doing that, I probably would see it the way you're talking. But because I
Mm,
actually zoned out and came into my man cave, shut my door, sat in the dark, and listened to this, you know what I'm saying, and that was my first time. That's how I knew it would be a stronger opinion I would have on it because I actually took time out to do it. I won't half-assing it. Not saying you were, but I'm saying I wasn't half-assing it, so I'm going to see it a little deeper.
you were trying to accuse me, you son of a bitch.
You goddamn right.
Trying to say it.
You goddamn right,
Trying to say
Jimmy. You fucking right, Jimmy. And I do it again, you son of a bitch. I fucking do it again. But yeah, man. So where do you put this album? You know, dude, I know I know it's not one of his best, but as far as and it could be one of his best.
yeah,
It could be
I
in the
haven't
top
really
five if you ask me.
so far what I've listened to. If we talking about one of his best albums or just body of work, uh,
I would say
um,
if you
let's
wanted
see.
Nas, if you wanted Nas, that's it right there. That's Nas.
Yeah,
That's who Nas is
uh,
right now. That's who the guy we knew back then. That's him right there. You know what I'm saying? Magic 2
New York
was
State of Mind, baby.
um Magic 2, that was to me like okay. Nas got that modern talk. He got that modern
Yeah,
talk.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it that banging in the speakers all day because that's the only way I can zone out. I put mine on Bluetooth and turn it up.
I mean, and that can work too. But
Now, TS,
are you just chilling while you doing that, or are you doing other shit?
I mean, I'm always doing something lax, not nothing major, but something lax to where I'm like, folding clothes, maybe sitting in the tub, washing dishes. I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, damn, that nigga
So
snapping.
you sitting in the
That's
tub
what
with
I
the
like.
candles lit and shit,
Mm-hmm.
bumping Nas
I don't know, nigga. Is
with
that what you be
bu- with bubble baths and shit going with your wine.
man? Look, don't try to put me in this generation's category. I'm a 80s baby.
Ah!
I'm a 80s baby.
Oh, my 80s
We,
baby. Oh
we don't
shit.
do that over here.
Yeah. So
We don't do that here.
so Nas, it's not giving me classic. It's giving me classic Nas though. It's not giving me a classic album. It's giving me classic
It-
Nas.
yeah, it's Godson
Mm-hmm.
because I feel
And
like
what you thought about Godson?
I thought Godson was good. It wasn't Illmatic, Stillmatic, or it wasn't It Was Written because It Was Written is my favorite Nas album.
Oh yeah.
That's my personal opinion. I love It Was Written, and that's a very underrated album.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not It Was Written vibes in my opinion. It was Godson or I Am. If you a fan of I Am, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's still I think that's
Yeah.
still good. I
I'm gonna give
think
my
that's still
final
good.
opinion. I'm gonna give my final opinion on it later.
Yeah, we can go song for song with it. Next go round. We also have to. This is one thing I want to do. So, what are you predicting the first week numbers is going to be for
12 to
Nas?
20,000.
Huh?
12 to 20,000. 12 to 20,000.
Whoa, that's it.
For first week numbers.
Mm. 12 to 20,000. I was, and I probably was going too high for him.
What are you gonna do about 60?
I was thinking around that 65 to 80.
I don't think so.
Damn, you think I gave him too much? And that could be true.
Yeah, in this environment, at the most I would give, I'm predicting, with the drop, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably 12 to 20 some thousand. But at the
Ah,
most I'll give him about 40,000. If we gonna talk about worldwide sales, streams and stuff too. Yeah, I give him 40.
yeah. See, I'm you right, but I'm a stick with 65. You
Mm-hmm.
stick with your 12 to 20.
Yeah. I'm yeah.
Cause that's horrible.
What's horrible?
12.
I wouldn't say it's horrible.
It's
That's not that's
horrible.
the that's not horrible.
If
Not in
Beyonce
today's
got 12,000 sold in the first week,
that's Beyonce numbers,
that's
man.
why it's
Like we got
horrible.
but that's not but we gotta think about Beyonce as an artist. For Nas, that wouldn't be horrible.
Yes, it would.
Not for first week sales. Nah.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's good for anybody. That of course they gonna want more. But I'm
If
like
I did 12,000 in the first week, I will be happy.
but that's what I'm saying. Like Nas
But if
is
I'm Nas, fuck no.
why would I mean? Of course, I wouldn't be happy either. But
So,
you gotta understand the times we in. If this is, he's not a mega superstar like that no more.
but
He's
he
not.
still got more
You
than
can't compare.
12,000 fans.
You can't. You can't compare that nigga to a Beyonce numbers, man. You can't.
I'm comparing him to who the fuck won 12,000?
Nobody wants it. But what I'm saying is, as that artist, as
Nobody
the
wants it
time,
because it's bad. You keep
it's
saying
not
it ain't.
bad.
It is. That's why
It's
nobody
not.
wants it.
I wouldn't say it's bad. Nah, nobody will want them numbers. But what I'm saying is for the artist he is and the times we in, the comparison you gave as far as Beyonce, like, yes, that would be bad for Beyonce. She's a mega superstar.
That'll be bad for
Nas,
Snoop Dogg.
uh,
That'll be bad for Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre came out and did
yeah,
12,000. That would be
that's
bad.
different. Dr. Dre is a super producer and a super,
Nas
uh,
is on the fucking Mount Rushmore. What are you talking about?
I understand that. But
So
what
what do
I'm
you?
simply saying
I
is
don't. You can't sit there and tell me I can't say. I
the first,
understand. I understand Beyonce. I understand that. Maybe I went overboard with that. I get that. But my point is, Snoop Dogg. I know he's
Mm-hmm.
making commercials and doing all this and that, but when we talking about hip hop, I get it, but that nigga do not want to sell 12,000. And I know you saying no, he don't. But
Mm.
that is not good. That's not good from any point of view. His record label ain't saying, "Oh, that's good. We got 12,000."
Yeah.
That means you ain't looking to see goddamn over 100,000 sold. You ain't looking nowhere near 100,000. Your totals might end up around the 80s. I'm sorry, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't think that's good for anyone right now, unless it's me or you. If
It's
this
I
if
ain't
this
saying it's good.
podcast
Well,
do 12,000 views or 12,000 whatever
okay,
subscribers
because this
in a week, yes,
this is what
yes,
I'm like because I'm about to read off Nas's first week sales for Magic. Is Magic 1 is 22,000 for first week sales.
mm-hmm,
Magic 2 a slight drop, 16,000.
mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying for first week. These are first week. So what I'm saying, you said the first week. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be between 16 to 20 in this environment. Now, if this was back in the 90s and early 2000s, even mid 2000s, I could see be like, damn, nigga, you only sold 16,000 your first week. This is the environment we in.
No,
It's like let's see.
no. You're explaining the part I already know. I'm talking about from Nas's level
Yeah,
to the fan purchases. I get it. Fans don't purchase records, shit like that no more. They don't go and buy the albums. They don't go and do all this. I get it. The records are going to be low. But I still that 12 to 20, yes, I'll be more upper on the 20,000. You made a good point there with what his album sales did. But those album sales is more like what's expected for him now. He's expected to do that. So when he dropped down to 16, which Magic 2 was fucking, I love that album. I like it. It was
mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah,
And,
it was
and and
good.
for it to only do 16 in the first fucking week, that's crazy. And that explains why we in that era.
Yeah,
But
you gotta understand. These
you
kids
know
don't
what,
want to listen to.
I'm agreeing with you because, and this one is more of a hip hop album. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the people who bought Magic 2 or Magic 1, they not really gonna go out there and get something that's really speaking to them, especially these young people out here now.
Yeah, I
So
just heard some chicks today, like at my mama's house, man, just next door, talking about, "Oh, girl, play that sexy red." Yeah, they not
my booty
listening
hole
to no
brown and what all that shit.
my coochie pink, booty hole brown. I'm
What
like,
the
nigga,
fuck?
are you serious? I'm like, is this? I can like, and it's like I'm not even trying to judge sexy red on I guess the raunchy tip. I am a little bit, but not to the point where I'm gonna kind of just counter out and like, all right, well, because throughout history, we, you know, we do have males that was making raunchy shit, but it's like at least it was some lyricism there. Like, God damn.
I mean, yeah, we had Luke back in the day.
Yeah, but it's even then was like, because
Pop
I had to
that
say it
pussy,
like,
pop that pussy, hey, pop that pussy,
yeah.
pop that pussy.
And I
Shit.
can, and I can say that, and that's the only reason I ain't saying that. But we got to think of like these women today are just like they was raunchy back then.
I
These
mean, it
women
wasn't
today
the
are just
females.
outright
Yeah,
nasty.
back then, females were more of the dancers.
I'm
You
talking about, but
know,
nowadays it's like the women are just outright raunchy and nasty, disgusting.
that's what's taking over by storm now. That's what people want to be like. You got people who never been in the projects want to live in the projects, or at least
I
want to
swear.
pretend like they've been in the projects. You got people who not
And
from the hood want to be from the hood.
I right handed guy, man. I had this one female chick I was dealing with, and she came from a good family, good home. Her father was a doctor, her mother was a pharmacist. And so, annually, like this at the time, her parents brought in over a half a million a year, basically. So she lived good. And this bitch used to get locked up, do dumb shit and all kind of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she,
Spoiled.
I just, this motherfucker said, I just want to know what it's like to struggle. She said, I've never known what it's like to struggle. And all my friends that go through this um, point in life where they have experiences that I may need to have and all this. I looked at her, I said, do you hear how you sound? I said, you want to experience struggle, is what you're saying.
I would have dropped her off at Post Road. Go ahead, bitch. Go struggle.
Nigga.
Follow the crackhead down that way. That's all I would
And
have
when she
did to her
said
ass.
that, I was like, are you hearing yourself? You seriously just said you want to know what it's like to struggle. You the only child. Your parents giving you every goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So that's what we're dealing with now, man. A lot of people just want to do that type of shit. And then you got people like Sexy Red who probably is that way.
Promote
Probably is that
instability.
way.
Yeah.
She probably
Ain't
do
no
like
problem.
showing her brown booty hole and shit. She probably love
Ain't,
that shit.
ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. She was in an interview talking about she done had like 3 STDs or something.
She
I
loved
said,
that
what?
shit. She putting it
I
out
said, now
there.
this
She
is
said, "Ain't no bitch coming for me. I'm gonna put all my shit out there." She doing reverse psychology.
you
She
sure the
beating you
fuck
to you
is.
shit. That's all she doing. And you got all these bitches who had STDs or thought they had it before. All these bitches who thought brown booty holes was embarrassing. Now they all coming out.
And it's
That's what's
and it's
happening.
so funny. And it's so funny because it's like remember when ODB came out years ago, said I got burned by gonorrhea.
Mm. And back then you had
So it's
niggas
like,
going around, man, that bitch burned me, cuz. Hell yeah. Now
now that
motherfuckers
shit
ain't
about to
sharing
be
that shit.
a song, nigga.
Yeah, that's what they
I
need
burnt this
now.
nigga the other day.
Uh-huh. Once that happened,
I
you
can
got
see that
bitches
shit was
just
good.
you got bitches like who was protecting themselves saying, you know what, let me go burn a nigga. Sexy Red did it. Let me go do it.
Boy,
That
Sexy
that that's
Red go get killed.
yeah, slowly. I don't know. But you got
What's that?
Drake. You got Drake out there with her. He taking pictures
Mhm.
with her and shit. She took a picture with damn, it was some owner. I forgot what the fuck it was. It was the owner of some team.
The Jets owner.
Yep. It's like shit. How the fuck Sexy Red get a picture with him? You know what I mean? Like, do he knew who
Mhm.
she was, or did she just grabbed him and like what happened?
And no, I'm sure he knew who she was. These
And and
motherfuckers know who they were.
and that's why she's getting that rack now because everybody know who the fuck she is. She was being her, maybe a little extra, but she was being her.
Boy,
So but yeah, Nas album, I still think it's good for hip hop. So we can go through more
anything
of
Nas
that.
do, I feel like is good for hip hop.
Mm,
And Nas has been real controversy with the new generation ever since he came out with Hip Hop is Dead. So
yeah.
Nas has always been good for hip hop and telling the truth
Mm-hmm.
and navigating through hip hop in a positive way where he talk about the streets, economy, uh, knowing your history.
I need him and,
Uh,
and, and Hove to do an album together. And both of them just leave. Like, we
man,
retiring after this.
nah,
I think
they
that'll be
could.
awesome. Then
Nah,
they do a
nah,
tour? What are you talking about? That'll be great for hip hop. I'll do a
It'd
hip
be
hop
great for
tour.
hip hop, but too,
Uh,
nah, Nas and AZ need to do an album together. That's long overdue.
that man ain't all right. What they gonna do? 20,000 in the first fucking week?
I'm sure
Nah,
they'll do more
Nas
than
want to go
that.
out with a big bang, man. If
That
you
is a big bang. Do
to
you
hip
realize
hop,
who
to hip hop,
AZ?
yes, but not nationwide. It's
Man, I'm
not,
sorry. I think that'll go. I think that'll go.
dude. If Nas by himself only did 16,000 on the first week in the last album, what do you think just adding AZ is going to do? Add another
I'm
what,
sorry, man.
5 or 6 thousand to it? AZ, if
Uh,
AZ drop an album right now, it's not going to do that good either. But I guarantee you,
yeah, I mean,
but I
AZ
guarantee you,
always been underground though.
If Hove drop an album, it's gonna do way better. He's gonna
Yeah, of
be up in the
course.
100,000s
Yeah,
first fucking week.
I give you that. But
So
if you
that's what
talking
I'm
about
saying. No, I'm not talking about for hip hop. I'm talking about to go out with a big bang. Him and AZ would be a big bang to a small portion of hip hop. A small portion. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind if him and Hove that album together and AZ was featured on it. Wouldn't mind that. I just think it'll be a good way to
mm,
go out because I keep hearing Hove is he's about done with rap. I don't know how
yeah,
serious that is. He could be working on one last album, or he could just fade the fuck away. He can. He's worth
mm,
fucking 2.5 bill.
I just want to hear the shit he got that he don't want to sit here and expose to us from him and Biggie. That's what I want to hear.
What he got exposing with Diddy?
Nah, I said I said I want to hear the collaboration music that him and Biggie got that he don't want to expose to the world. Basically, like not expose, like
Hold
put
on,
somebody out in
you
a bad way.
but you was the one saying, man, I don't even want to hear it now. I don't even want to
Nah,
hear
I
that
said
now.
nah. I said I didn't want to hear. When I said that, we was talking. I think we was talking about Dr. Dre, that old ass album. I don't want to hear that shit. He didn't waited too long to come out. I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
said.
I
That
mean,
was Dr.
yeah.
Dre. That wasn't no Jay. I ain't never say no Jay.
I
I
thought
don't know
that
what you
was.
talking about.
I thought you did say that, man. I could swear you said that
Yeah.
shit one day, man.
Hell nah, nigga.
You fucking
I
around
was talking
now. I
about
know you
Dr.
said
Dre,
that
and
shit. You're
everybody kept
fucking
talking about
lying. You shut your fucking
what was it?
mouth. You're
I don't
fucking
forgot the
liar.
motherfucker. I don't forgot the album. What's it called? Detox. I was like, man, nobody, because that's why I said ain't nobody looking for that shit
I think
at
that's
all,
why he
nigga.
said fuck it.
Ain't nobody checking for it, looking for it. I don't want to hear none
I
of that
mean,
shit.
I wonder what happened with that though. Like,
Yeah, no, it's not a perfect album. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Nigga, go. And it just reminds me every time when you're talking about taking forever, you hear Tupac in the background. He taking forever just to do one song. I can see that. Nigga, like, damn, nigga. I don't care about no damn detox, nigga. Eminem been shouting that shit out for years. We gonna make him finish detox. Nigga, get the fuck off.
Hey,
Nigga,
he
you about to
might
go back to
he could sell it, man. I think
man, I
somebody will
don't want to
buy
hear
it
that
off
shit.
of him.
I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. Don't nobody want to hear no fucking 20-year-old music, nigga. That you keep on trying to revamp her. Nigga, gone. The single he put out with Snoop back then when we thought Detox was coming out a few years ago was on point. Nigga, I'm thinking, okay, this motherfucker, okay, the wait was hard.
So sad, man. No detox, but yeah, that Hove and Big joint, yeah, I would definitely like to. But the guy's worth 2.5 billion, man. I don't even see Hove doing nothing with that, man. I really don't.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't see him doing nothing with it.
here's a switch up here. If they gave the publishing back to Biggie's family, now, because from what I've heard before, this didn't come out of Jay Z's mouth. At least I don't think it did. But I have heard this somewhere or read this somewhere before that it was Diddy who was the guy who wanted, like, he was doing the publishing thing or whatever. So it was more like if he won't get, this amount or whatever the case may be, then fuck it. It ain't happening. So that I believe that was why Hove never put it out because it was supposed to be that album, The Commission. So,
Mm-hmm.
and Brooklyn Finest was one of the songs that was on there. And, so yeah, man, I it could be a way they can work it out now since the publishing is back in, the family hand. And I believe Jay-Z got the money to go, hey, here's goddamn 3 million. Here's 5 million. Here's 10 million. Go ahead. Just let me use this. Or maybe he
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
mean,
fuck
but
with
at
it at
this,
all.
yeah, maybe at this point, like, yeah, you might as well just keep that or a little something between you and because then again, I can see his kids putting it out years later when he's unfortunately, if however long he lives,
I'll put it
I
like
can see his
this.
kids.
How would you feel if you had the opportunity to be in Jay-Z's home in his whatever man cave or basement or something,
Mhm.
and he got surround sound and he's about to put in the Commission album with him and Big, and it's just you and a selective few in there. Shit feel important, right? Because
Of
this
course,
ain't reached too many people's ears. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
sure fucking around like, dude, man, you gotta give me a copy of this, man. Come
Goddamn well
on,
that
man.
ain't happening. You don't sit your
No,
$5
you
ass
don't say
down.
no. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, Jay, I know
Uh,
you what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna ask anyway. I'm sorry. Let's just say I was in that situation. I came back and told you, nigga. You like, nigga, you didn't ask him at least. Like, man, I ain't even asked him, nigga. You like, nigga, you could at least asked him, nigga. Damn, man.
I can see
You
him.
never know what he was gonna say. Call him, man. You still got him. I know I would, nigga. Like, nigga, call that nigga. The fuck you talking about? You didn't know. He let you listen to it. I would try everything, man. You let me listen to it, man.
I'm like, nigga, repeat some of the lyrics.
Yeah, just do something, man. Just rap this one verse.
Mm. Would you record it and try to like?
Hell yeah.
That's
Nigga, I would try to
crazy.
sneak some shit out, nigga. Jay-Z would probably sue the shit
See,
out of me, nigga.
see that? Nah, see that's why you see, yeah, that's why I can't take you nowhere,
Hey,
man. You can't do stuff
sorry,
like
Jay.
that, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and
The
sell your shit
one
to me.
thing you need a billionaire to do, or a rap icon, legend, god to do, is to know that they can trust you. So yeah, if I got the opportunity to do that, trust me, I'm gonna be like I'm in a fucking church. I'm gonna be the nicest guy. I'm gonna live by your rules. I'll turn my phone off in front of him. Hey, I'm powering this off, okay?
So, here we go.
I'm powering
Leave
it
this
off.
to your bodyguard.
I'm
Leave this to security up front.
gonna
Here we go.
go ahead and take my Apple Watch off here. Take that too. These glasses, they ain't got no type of camera in it, but I know they got some, so I'm gonna take these off too anyway. I know they got cameras out on glasses now, but just so you can be safe. Anything else? You can take my shoes out, whatever the fuck you want. Just I want you to trust me. I want to hear this fucking album. The same way I listen to Nas. I put my headsets on and all. I want to be able to do that. So
And I just want to be like, can I sit here all day and make sure I soak this album up?
with my
Yeah,
phone, with
yeah,
my
man.
phone,
This
please. I can see it now, man. He'll definitely sue the fuck out of you, damn. So while we on albums and somewhat
he
close
said
to
that.
Bad
He said
Boy,
that with a.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, since we're somewhat close to Bad Boy right now, I got to listen a little bit to Diddy's new album, and it's called the Love Album, Off the Grid. Um, Diddy said that this is one of those albums where it's for love making. It's for you and your girl, and slow stroking and all that shit. Um, I agree. It definitely is. He gives you. It sounds like that music you. It's hard to explain. From
Hmm.
my first time hearing it gives you that nice vibe. Like you can see yourself chilling with with your boo, and you can see yourself, getting tipsy and flirting around, and what I'm saying, like just doing a little foreplay, and then you can see yourself if you let that album play. You can see yourself kind of taking a long way to fucking not take this shit off, girl. It's like slowly you gonna just be, you know, piece by piece.
Yeah.
It is a few songs that are like so far. We got a couple of people on. We got The Dream on here. We
Yeah, I
got
like the dream.
we got Buster Bus, Buster
Of course.
Rhymes. We got
Of
him
course.
on there called Deliver Me. Um, who else we
I
got
think
on
Busta
here?
Rhymes and Diddy always made a good pair on songs. I like them niggas.
Yeah, this one, Deliver Me was good, but you know me, I always got to put my own little twist to it. They should have kept Diddy and Busta on it, got rid of everyone else, and put Chris Brown on it. I think that would have been a song Chris Brown definitely would have made hotter than what it is. We got Fabulous on here.
Fabulous
Uh,
always a good one in the tuck, man.
I actually like
Like
that
that.
song. It's called Pick Up. It's Diddy, Jacquees, and Fabulous.
Fabulous
Um,
always been good with R&B stars anyway. So
it's a good
Fabulous is
joint.
always that's Fabulous is in my top 15.
Yeah, it was a good joint. They got Sway Lee, called Tough Love. I heard that song. That's track number 7. Tough Love featuring Sway Lee. I love that song. It's a vibe. I really fuck with it. I thought I wasn't after I was listening to it, but then I kept listening to it. Once again, got my headsets on. I was able to, you
You
know what
know,
I'm
some
saying?
young niggas like the swag.
I'm listening to it and I'm like, yo, I fuck with this joint. Um, so that was a good one. They got Summer Walker on here. Um, they got another one I fuck with,
There's another
and
one.
it has Justin Bieber, and it's called Moments. I
Justin
fuck with
Bieber,
it.
is Justin Bieber doing well since his stroke or whatever?
He's doing well on this song. I think he's
Uh,
doing better now because I did see some footages of him. I guess kind of walking or something like that. He didn't look like he was, fucked up or anything. Just looked like he needed to probably get more back into, working out and doing all that type of shit. But yeah, Moments featuring Justin Bieber, that's a good joint right there. And actually I think that was the last song. So that was number 12 I stopped at. And this track, well, not this track, this track list is 23 songs long. So I stopped at 12. Might, you know, dump off the rest later
Yeah.
on before I go to bed, or maybe tomorrow
You know
sometime.
what's you know what's crazy is I've never bought a Diddy album until my mid to late 20s because I bought everything. I bought Bad Boy shit, but I never bought Diddy albums. Now, um, this might be the first Diddy album I just actually know. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and buy it when I listen to it.
Mm. Um,
Yeah. I
like I
was more of a
said,
lock
if
fan.
it's, I'm gonna tell you what it gave me for these 12 tracks that I listened to.
Did it get?
It,
Hold on, hold on,
it,
hold on, hold on. Hold on,
hmm?
let me take that out because now you know who else on that level of Diddy is Jermaine Dupri, of course. Now, when Jermaine Dupri came out with, did you remember? Did you ever listen to that Life in 1407 or
Yeah, yeah.
that album was hard, rap
So
hits and R&B
what are
hits.
we comparing it? What about the Diddy thing? What we?
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna compare that to
No, no,
uh
no, no. That nah. Don't even compare that. It's that those are two different eras and two different sounds. Yeah, I wouldn't even compare that. But for
so
this
would you say
album,
that because this album doesn't have the I'm saying hit after hit on there, or you just breezing through it just
like
now?
I said, I didn't finish the album. I only went
Uh
halfway through it. So as I was trying to say, from the 12 songs that I listened to,
hmm
it gives you a modern day club theme. I'm not talking about those clubs that play big booty hoes, pump it, and my booty hole brand. Like I ain't talking about those clubs you would hear that shit in. I'm talking about the clubs you would probably hear, some,
They playing the sweetheart's taboo.
you know what I'm saying, and then you
And
hear
why
some,
not?
and then you hear some goddamn some weekend come on, some Bruno
Drama.
Mars, and you
It's the
might
lava.
you might even get goddamn Taylor Swift in there, whatever song that kind of made it to the black
You
community.
can on the legs. You've been scared of love and with you.
You gonna hear that shit. You gonna hear, you don't have to call. It's okay, girl.
Yeah,
Cause
laid back
I'ma
love.
be alright. Yeah, it sound like if you go to one of those clubs and they had a VIP section.
Yeah, every now and then they might have a hype song, but
You
for the
you
most part,
you
it's just a little mellow shit.
you drinking but not heavily. You just sipping on some shit that you gonna end up feeling good at the end of the night. And
Yeah.
the, everyone you got with you's feeling the same way. Y'all sitting on white couches. You know what I
Or
mean?
standing on them.
You know what I'm saying? So give it that theme. And this club is so modern, it's so clean, it's so crisp. Ain't no boots and Tims and sneakers allowed in this motherfucker. So
Mm-hmm.
it's giving me that type of vibe in the VIP section. So the next time you're gonna have a few females over the crib, or maybe a female over the crib, just to fucking hang out, clean the crib up, wait the income tax time come, get some white couches, maybe the white furry rug, a nice modern table. Probably got one of those refrigerators in it. You can pull the beers and shit out on the table. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it gives you that vibe. It's like, hey, you're in the VIP section now.
like a cigar bar almost. A like
Almost a cigar and whiskey bar. You know what I mean? Somewhere you bring, when you make partner and shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you get that that bonus check. 40/40 club.
Yeah. Hey, meet me at Smith's.
So that's what it was giving me to do those 12 tracks that I've listened to already.
It's a laid back feel, basically, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's laid
But
back.
like, damn, who's that singing? That mother's hard. That type of shit.
Yeah,
I can do
but the
that.
album puts you in a whole mood.
In a grown and sexy mood.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a classic album. I don't know. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. Hopefully, from what I heard, I got two or three songs that, out of the 12, I got two or three songs that's like, okay. I got like two or three more out of that it's like, if it plays, it plays. You know what I mean? So that's almost half of what I've listened to already that I'm saying I'm cool with it. Because I was just thinking as I was listening to the album, I was like, why Diddy don't just do what, DJ Khaled do and just kind of produce it, but you got, people coming on there just doing this. And that's kind of basically what he started doing. Because there's some tracks, Diddy not even on it. It's just, like I said, that Justin Bieber. It's just Justin Bieber on it. The one with Swale. It's just him. It was Sway Lee, sorry. It's just him. And he got some where he might talk his little shit or whatever, or he might throw a little verse in there, but yeah, it sounds just like Diddy. It's Diddy being him. He didn't miss a step. It whatever you thought a Diddy album would be, that's it. Press play, all that type of shit. But it's towards R&B.
But I always thought of Diddy just like Baby. They the same nigga to me. They just shit talkers, and I like when they talking shit on albums. I like it.
Yeah,
And even when somebody, I don't really look at them as rappers anyway. So, but I love them on the track.
yeah.
I gotta do that
Diddy's more of
thing.
an entertainer.
Yeah, and I fuck with it. I love when him and Baby talk shit on albums, especially that big money shit, nigga. I love when they talk that shit. I don't give a fuck. That shit be hard.
But see, to me, Diddy don't talk much about money. Diddy just talk
Sometimes,
his shit. He don't talk money. He don't talk what he got. The only
yeah,
time I
but
heard him do that
it's
was
like
on.
basically talk with a swag, should I say?
Yeah, he got that cocky
He
talk.
got that. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, he
Basically.
got that cocky talk. Yeah, especially when Life After Death came out and he was just talking his shit on
Mm-hmm.
there. Was
Hell
that y'all?
yeah.
You're nobody till somebody kills you. I don't wanna die. And he be in the background talking cash shit on that joint.
And I like when he talk shit, especially you can hate me now. You don't
Oh
like me.
yeah.
I
Yep.
don't like you.
I don't like you.
Like that's right around the time motherfuckers was really trying to be on his top and everything too, nigga. Shit.
And that shit was going crazy
Diddy,
in the clubs.
Diddy, Diddy made that song, nigga.
Yeah, that's why I went crazy in the clubs.
And Diddy had to show his gangster back then too. I
That's
don't
why I
care what
went
nobody
crazy. That's
say.
why I went crazy in the
Everybody got,
club. You remember that though?
everybody got, yeah, everybody got Diddy fucked up. They used to try to play Diddy like a punk. I don't care. Diddy was
But do
slapping niggas up.
you? But you remember the time when You Can Hate Me Now was crazy in the club scenes,
Yeah,
right? Huh?
yeah. And I was a kid. I had dropped out of school. I remember it.
In the
Cause nigga, I
clubs.
used to sleep. Yes.
Mm.
It was this club down here named the Hot Spot. And I was sneaking
Mm-hmm.
in then about 16, 17 years old. And I remember that
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker playing. Niggas in there with big ass Carl Canai outfits and herringbone chains and shit. That's when the
Ladies
hard
and
boy outfits
gentlemen,
used to.
ladies and gentlemen, let me turn the background music off. Nigga, on the show yesterday, what you say? Nigga, I've been sneaking in clubs since I was 16. I ain't never heard a Nas song in rotation.
Nah, hold
No,
up, nigga.
no,
Hold up.
no. Hey, don't you do this.
Hold up.
Don't you do this. I say, are you
You
willing to
right.
I say, are you
You
willing to
right.
put your life on the line? He said, nigga, I ain't
You right.
never heard a Nas song
You
playing in the club in my
you
life.
right. You right, man. I'ma say that. But I'm just saying the way you were saying it though, I'm talking about they had to play that song though.
Stop it.
They
You made
had to.
I
But the
said
way
so
you were saying
come
you
on,
the way hold
man.
up, but the songs you was naming, I was like Uchi Wally and all that nigga, they
I
was not
said you
banging that
I
right there.
nigga, I listened to the show over again. I said specifically, I said if I
Man,
rule the
look,
world, and I said shit, Uchiwa, I said shit, you
they
can
was
hate me now? You can I said
dude,
that shit. I
listen.
said that
I
shit
didn't hear that
three.
song. I
I
didn't
s-
hear you say that part.
nigga, you heard me.
I
I said
promise
it.
I did. I didn't.
You did.
I heard when you said Uchi Wally and all the other shit. I
Dude,
promise I didn't pay
I'm
attention to that part.
fucking telling you. I kept saying, you can hate me now? You can hate me now? Bro, you can hate. I said it three,
I
four
was stand
fucking
corrected.
times.
I was stand corrected. They played that song. I'm telling you, cause like nigga, they had to.
I I said
They
that to
had to
you.
though.
I said, you know what? You was 16. You probably weren't even paying attention. You said, nah. You said they won't bumping that shit around here. I don't know what they
I
did
ain't.
around the
I'm just
South.
kidding.
They won't doing that
Nah,
out
man,
here.
I'm just
That
keeping it
shit won't
real.
in
Cause
no
everybody
clubs.
know. Everybody who knows me know I've been a big ass East
Uh,
Coast fan for years. I've been trying to put niggas on
I,
Nas.
look,
But I'm telling you straight up, they
I'm
was not bumping that shit in the clubs.
but you just said you heard it and you remember them bumping
I
the
heard
shit in the
that, yeah,
clubs.
but I'm saying, nigga, look, man, we
Uh,
need Schreiber. Yeah, this is the Ash Schreiber
uh,
moment. Because Schreiber
uh,
worked in clubs, Schreiber been in clubs, all that shit in years, nigga. He'd tell you. Anybody, you can ask any nigga from Naptown down here. You ain't from nigga. I'm telling you, they go to nine. They wasn't playing no Nas like this.
I'm just going back to what you said today and what
You,
you said yes.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck
Of
about the
course,
backstory.
you gonna have
Uh huh.
that average
As I was
DJ
saying,
who
as
put
I
Nas
stated
in the mix.
yesterday, you had to be a fucking fool if you were a DJ back in those days with no Nas in rotation. That was the whole point I was making. That was it. Right there. Uh, oh, and another one.
All right,
Oh,
I stand corrected.
oh,
I can stand corrected. I ain't no
oh,
crip.
oh.
But I'm gonna tell you straight up. It was something you had to really think back about. This is not something like, you know what? They did play that. I remember. Yeah, because it was everywhere. That's just like Ether. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they was playing that in the club. But what I'm saying is they had to throw it in rotation around that time. I'm talking about Nas is not somebody that if you go to the club, then they playing old hip hop or whatever and old hits that they gonna put Nas in, nigga. Around the time
What?
if it's I'm man, hold up, man. Since you think I'm just sitting here trying to be a
No,
hater,
I
I don't know
no
what I'm
no no
talking
no
about.
no. I'm not thinking you lying about the shit. I'm just saying I can't believe you motherfuckers do that.
Man, I'm just telling you
That's
straight
what
up.
I'm. I
You
no no.
can
I get what you telling me. It's not that I don't think I don't believe you. I'm just saying it's fucking weird that motherfuckers who listen to rap don't listen to Nas like that in the clubs.
and I'm telling
I'm
you,
sorry, goddamn.
that's just like
Like I said,
that's just like everybody listens to Eminem. Eminem don't be banging in the club like
Eminem
that.
ain't banging in the clubs in Atlanta. Eminem ain't banging in clubs in Florida. Eminem won't banging in the clubs in New Orleans. He won't banging in clubs in fucking Virginia. He won't banging in clubs in New York. He won't. We
Thank
know
you.
that. We know that shit.
Well,
But Nas,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Fuck with
same thing
Eminem.
with Nas.
Fuck Eminem. He was
They
just
put
the popular white guy.
nigga. Listen, man.
Mm-mm.
Listen, and this is when I was in high school before I dropped out.
I know you
Nigga, I
said
used
that
to
story,
be
and you snuck in the club around 16. I know we
nah,
heard that.
nah. I'm talking about this is the whole outlook on how East Coast rap was. Niggas wasn't fucking with East Coast rap, period. You had your fusing tools, but
You
most niggas
talking
was
about
down here
coming
on
from Midwest, right?
yes,
Okay,
coming from
okay.
mid.
No,
That's what I'm
you
trying.
got to
This is
say
what
that
I'm
because
trying to tell you.
all our listeners are not from the Midwest, so you know what I
Oh well,
mean.
yeah.
So
You
they
had
think you
niggas
talking
listening
about
to
the
East
East
Coast
Coast,
shit
period.
that was hip hop heads. Yeah. But for the most part, if you bring up something like, hey shit, you get that new Jay-Z, niggas like Jay-Z. Hey man, God, man, I'm about to bang this Project Pat. Nigga. If you say something about Nas or Gang Star, niggas like gang, nigga, I was buying all hip hop. I was a hip hop head. Niggas was down here banging just West Coast shit. If you said something about Ice Cube, Ice T, um, Mac 10, E40, Master P, No Limit, Cash Money, Suave House, all that niggas was banging that shit. But if you say something about some East Coast shit, nigga, I'm telling you straight up, niggas, I'm like, man, take that shit out. Niggas was frisbee in them shits, nigga. And I
Mm.
ain't trying to be funny. You can. That's a whole podcast
No,
right there,
no,
on nigga.
that's retarded. It's like shit.
And really, that's been since
The
really
more
it's
you
been
talk
since
about
middle
it,
school.
the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, damn, I felt sorry for y'all.
Like
Like,
shit, cause me,
damn,
I'm the one who put my little brothers and them on the East Coast shit.
that's
You know,
like,
I'm the reason my little brother's a big Nas fan.
mm-mm.
And nigga, because I was the one listening to Mob Deep and all that shit. Because I like underground artists more than mainstream artists, so I was buying a lot of underground shit anyway.
But yeah,
And so I was buying,
but as far as Nas go, I think we're getting off topic. As far as Nas
yeah.
go in the clubs, you know what I
Nigga,
mean?
I'm trying to
Like I
tell you.
said, no, I get what you're trying to say, but
Hmm.
Shawty, say what's your that was something in there. It wasn't the hottest
Yeah.
song. It wasn't the
Hmm.
hottest song, but it was in
But the beat bang,
rotation. It was in
the beat bang.
rotation. You Can Hate Me Now was in rotation. Wasn't it was the hardest song at some point. If I Rule the World, that was banging in the clubs. It was hot. You had no choice. Everyone singing along to it. What's that other one? One Mic. Even One Mic was in the club. And everyone used to love that shit, especially when the fucking beat changed. And it kind of get that little hype, that that little tempo in that
Hmm.
motherfucker start going a little fast and shit. Then it slows it back down. You know what I'm saying? So that was something
It
else.
all, I'm gonna say it all depended on the
Uchi
DJ too.
Wally, Uchi Wally Wally, Uchi
If
Bang.
you had a DJ that knew how to mix, yeah,
That was hot in the clubs. And maybe it was thrown in there as a mixture. Maybe it was one of them things that didn't finish the whole entire song.
because I know even like now, we got DJs down here that'll throw Nas in there just for the beat. They'll play because they chop and screw that. They Uchi Wally Wally they did it really they'd slow it down so much and then they'd blend it in with something from the down south. I would never hear nobody put Nas in the mix. And again, we got plenty of DJs. Like, they'll put them in a mix just to kind of just fade them in doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? But Nas really wasn't getting put in rotation like that until Ether. I'm telling you straight up.
Was so Ether was banging in the clubs?
Yeah. Cause nigga, it was hot. They ain't had no, that's what I'm
I
saying. They ain't
that
had no choice.
that's the point I'm trying to. All of that shit I was saying was hot. Whether it was
Yeah, it
for the
was.
beat,
But what
whether it
I'm
was for the
saying is,
hook, or whatever the case it was hot.
because of that battle, I'm telling you straight up, that's when Nas started getting put in rotation. Before that, nigga, they was not playing no
In the
Nas.
Midwest.
In here in
So
Indiana, I ain't gonna say every part of the
yeah.
Midwest, but I know here in Indiana, niggas was not fucking with Nas like that, man.
So y'all just
We didn't have a
follow the
bunch of Nas
trend.
heads, man.
Indiana just
Yeah,
follow trends.
man, that's what it is. Shit, I guess I'm telling you, because they was just you had a lot, nigga. I've been on East Coast, and I've been on all kind of rap ever since middle school, dude. And
Nigga,
I'm
you don't
telling
know
you
about
straight up,
Camp Lo though, man. Stop it, man.
nigga, stop. Listen, man, don't disrespect me, man. Matter of
Hey,
fact, we're gonna
up.
have to review that album. That's a whole nother album next
Thank
week.
you, thank you. I would love. I would. I've heard that maybe a couple of months ago, but I would love to go back and listen to it. I love that fucking album, man. I
Man,
fucking
look, man,
love,
every time you
man,
listen to Camp Low, that album bring you
man,
back.
boy,
That album bring you back. Now we gonna talk about that later. That's a whole nother.
man. Yeah, I'm excited already talking about it. That's something I definitely want to listen to again. And they came out with a couple, and that's one thing I can say. I fell off after that first album. I listened to a couple of their other albums and heard some other songs, but it either gave me it gave me a we're gonna try to do what we did on the first album, or it gave me
The
we doing
reason
completely different from what we did on the first album, and it didn't hit the way the production did, the way the choruses and all that shit used to hit on that first album, man. That they was painting
I
the
don't think
picture.
nobody album is ever bigger than their first one. Especially if you came out big and so big and you just had a lot of hits. I don't think nobody's album is ever bigger than the first. We have rare artists that do that, like Jay-Z or Nas
Or
or
Wayne.
or Wayne. Yeah, nobody's ever first album is better. Like if especially if they had hits. That's just like Juvenile. He ain't never
No,
topped that 100
Michael
degrees.
Jackson, DMX.
That's what I said. You got rare artists that do it. I'm talking about out of all the artists that we
But
have,
it's a lot of
their
rare
first.
artists though. I think people
Mm,
do it. I think, but it's those who actually know what the fuck they're doing. You
it
know, when you
like
got people who
I
just,
think people sell now. That's one thing. If you have somebody who sells versus how this album sounds, because you got people who just sell off popularity. So that doesn't mean they work was better than their previous work. I don't agree with that. So
but it still sells. I mean,
of
that's
course it's gonna
to
sell.
me
That
Beanie
see
Siegel.
that's where
I
we
like the
differ
reason
when
better
it
than the truth.
comes. Yeah, but that's where we differ when it comes to stuff. Because to me, I feel like you equate sales to how things sound, and just because it sells, it oh it's better than the first one or the second one or whatever. Nah, people still sell. That's just like right now. All if Eminem was to drop an album with basically bullshit on it, his fans alone are just gonna support him because he Eminem.
But it's not going to
That's
sell
what I
more than the
mean.
first album.
I ain't saying it's gonna sell more than the first album, but what I'm saying is, I'm saying now, if somebody let's say somebody put out that album and just put out a few more hits on it, but it's still not better than the first album. But off of what I'm saying is off of popularity alone, Jay Z fans are gonna support him. Eminem fans are gonna support him. Lil Wayne fans are gonna support him. Now, if he got hits, yeah, it's gonna go higher. But what I'm saying is
I
that
don't.
doesn't necessarily make that
If Jay
third or fourth
Z
album or
if Jay
whatever.
Z drop an album right now, yes, he still
Hmm.
might do close to a million or a little over a million. But if he drop an album and it got some hot shit on it, like if he dropped the album
Yeah,
and that God Did song was on it, hell
yeah,
yeah, it would have went crazy. It
that's
would
what
have
I'm
went
saying.
crazy, but it wouldn't have topped 5 million. It wouldn't have topped
Yeah,
his best. You know what I'm
but what I'm
saying?
saying is
So you,
that's what I'm saying is so. But what I'm saying is that just proved my point. You got people that are going to support Jay Z just because they huge Jay Z fans, and I understand that. But what I'm saying is that doesn't mean that his previous body of work, like to me, Jay Z, my favorite Jay Z album, it like far as just like when I really was got real into Jay Z and had to go back was is Reasonable Doubt, and I love the Streets is Watching. The people like that album, especially they put a lot of niggas on that.
but he
That's on that
got
album.
better. He got every to me
Yeah,
all every
but what I'm
chapter
saying
of the
is,
Reasonable Doubt. He got better with the Streets is Watching.
mm-hmm,
Then he got better with goddamn Volume 1, Volume
mm-hmm,
2. then the blueprint. Like he kept evolving.
Yes, he
So
did.
he kept getting better and better and better and better. I get what you're saying. They're going to support him, but the point is, can it do better as far as the numbers? That's what we're talking about because we're talking about how much they sell. Period. So regardless if you sold because you got a piece of ass cheek on your damn album cover, it doesn't matter. Did you top your first album?
Yeah, and that's
People not gonna just buy it just to buy it. Some people do that, but you're
yeah.
not gonna have that much
So
support where it tops your first album. So that's why I didn't understand why you brought that up because the thing was no one never tops their first album. And then you said, well, in case you had a fan base that does this and that, but if they still not topping their first album, that was a invalid point. You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to.
I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying you got rare artists. I'm talking about rare artists such as Juvenile, who sold close to Diamond on 400 Degrees.
Right.
He's not topping that album.
Because
I'm
he
talking
didn't
about
have
rare
nothing to go
artists.
commercial. That shit went. It was
Yeah,
commercial. Ha was
yeah,
commercial.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Regardless of how it went, I'm talking about most artists. I ain't say all artists. Yeah, you got rare artists like Jay-Z, Beyonce, people who gonna top their first album.
But it's
But
so many people like that compared to a Juvenile.
yeah,
He
I'm
went
talking about
diamond. He
those.
went diamond, and the little
We
kid that
talking
came
about
from under him is better than him, Little Wayne.
yeah.
So that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
That's no. That's I don't get that point because you're naming someone who basically was just street nigga, just making some a
I'm talking
commercial
about
music that went higher,
hip.
but everyone else who done better, like Ti, Ti done better than his
Mhm.
first album. Is he in that elite too?
Yeah,
Yes.
his
Okay,
first.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's a
Jeezy,
rare artist.
Jeezy did better. That's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of them out there. You keep
I
throwing
don't
out.
think I don't know. I don't know if Jeezy sold more than his first album. I
He
don't
he
know.
he sold more than his first album.
We're gonna have to look that up. I
And
don't know.
and
Didn't he go?
Rick Ross, same thing. Kanye West, same thing.
But what you now what I'm saying is now this is what I'm saying. Now we're going off album sales, and I'm going off of how album sounds. Now, would you
But that's
say?
what okay, so
Hold on, hold on,
that's what
hold
we're
on.
switching
And that
to.
was that. No, that wasn't what I was switched to.
But
That's
that's
what I
what
was on. This
but
is what I was comparing you to. I said you are more based on album sales off of popularity, and I said I'm basing it off some of people. People gonna sell off of popularity. What I'm saying is, I base people's best body of work off of how it sounds. You going off on how much they sell. And
right
I'm saying it's just
because
like that goes off popularity. Most
you're
people sell
going
off
off of
popularity.
because you're going off of your own opinion. You're one person. I'm going off the other millions of people who can listen to it and decide to buy it. I can't sit there and take your word for it because it's just you. Oh man, that's a classic album. That's man, I listened to the body of it. I'm like, okay, now it needs to prove it's a fucking classic album out there. So out there, you might have all these. If you get another 500,000 people just like you saying, "Oh, that's a classic fucking album," then they spread the word, and then that classic album becomes a classic album because of the sales. That's what I'm talking about. Because you said it doesn't qualify the classic album. Just because you said, man, like you talk about Busta Rhymes all the time, which you should. He is a great rapper. But as close as you got him up there, doesn't mean that's as close as he really is in the world of hip hop. You might have plenty of people agree. You might have plenty of people disagree. You know what I'm saying? But that's up to who? The people. When it comes to the statistics, sales is going to be one of them, not one person's opinion.
I give
So,
you that one.
so that's why I was talking about like you switched it all up. I was talking about this sales doing better than the first one, because that's what's going to do. That's how it sounds. It sounds better. It gives you a better texture, a better look inside. I understand you're studying the body of it. That's to break down why it's a classic. You know what I mean? Versus, all right, it's doing good. The numbers is doing good. I done listened to plenty of shit where the numbers doing good. I was like, man, that shit ain't all that. And it proves it's not all that because it fades away quick. You know when something's a classic because it don't fade away so quick. Everyone know it. You're hearing it on commercials. You're hearing it in movies. You're hearing it on TV shows. It's all on the fucking on Facebook. So it really doesn't get out of your way until about a year or so later, and then it pops back up when the awards come on. And this year I didn't see Nas on the MTV Awards. He won't on the BET. Like, talking about Nas, just going back to him, if he really wants to sell, if it really was about the numbers for Nas, I know it's not. Especially with this album, I know it's not for it. It's just a gift.
Mm-hmm.
But
At this point,
but I do believe if he wanted to, he would have been, on those commercials with his album. He would have been at those award shows performing, promoting his album. I didn't really see him anywhere. I didn't see him on the Breakfast Club. I didn't see him nowhere with this new album. So that lets me know that's how he wanted it. You know,
just to get.
so I wonder how much Diddy's gonna do on his first week. So you think with Diddy popularity, if we can go back to that part, you think Diddy popularity would make it be more than what Nas got?
I'm gonna say you said when he dropped yesterday,
No, Friday.
Friday.
Well, it is Saturday, but yeah, it's technically Sunday now. But yeah,
Well, I say he gonna be doing about between 25 and 30.
okay, okay.
That's where I'm at with Diddy. Especially if it's not because I haven't heard nothing about it until you said something. So I haven't been promoted obviously that much. I ain't heard the single. You got a single on the radio?
I see Diddy doing about 56K, because Diddy's a promoter. He loves to promote. He's gonna find a
Mm-hmm.
way. And like I said, you got Justin Bieber on here. You got who else I was naming on there? You got Fabulous, Busta Bus. I ain't even finished going through. They got Ty Dolla Sign, Jasmine Sullivan. Who else we got here? Oh shit, they got KC on one of these songs. I need to. Okay, I ain't get this far yet. He got one with Mary J. All right.
I wonder if they did it together.
Mm. Tiana Taylor. Okay. He got one with Jeremiah. Who else we got? He got one
Well,
with John
I
Legend.
like Jeremiah. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, legend.
I'm like I'm this sounds like the good part. I ain't get to that yet. But the highest song they got on here on genius.com was the one with E01 featuring French Montana and The Weeknd and 21 Savage. That one got 21,000 uh, views on it to view the lyrics and shit like that. And second place was the one Moments by Justin Bieber. That got
You said this
10K.
supposed to be an R&B album.
Uh let's see. from the way he was saying it's more like R&B. But I'm not seeing a genre here unless I actually. Uh, nope, I ain't seeing nothing. But yeah, he said it's more like a making love album. So I don't know. It's
Mm.
these next 11 or whatever songs, like I think it's 11 songs I got left. They look pretty interesting, man. I'm actually looking forward to listening to the last part of the album. Never felt that way about the album before. I'm mad, like my people that I wished it. Like I wish he would have did something with Total or 112.
That would have been nice.
You know what I mean? Like I wish that, or something
I
with
need
Mace.
to know.
How you gonna have a song for the bitches and don't have Mace on it?
See, but see, that's the thing. Like, I think him and Mace just be putting up appearances, man, and make it seem like everything's all good. Then they probably don't want to work with him behind
Yeah,
closed doors.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
just
he
real
got his
shit.
publishing back. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, just like you said, how much is it worth? But then, Mace is in a better place, I guess. Him and Cam just got that $30 million deal, didn't they?
Hey, big boy bucks. I don't see how they did it, but they did it.
Yeah.
I don't see how they did. Have you ever looked at that show?
I glanced at it.
It looked too stiff and too
I think it's because they kind of new to the podcasting
yeah,
thing and all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But so I think it's a good thing. Just like we still trying to navigate our way through it. So, but
yeah.
hey, they said Gilly the Kid helped them get that thing because Gilly the Kid and Wallow got a deal. What I think last
Yeah,
year or
$1 million
earlier
worth
this
of
year.
fame,
Mm-hmm.
$1 million worth of game. Yeah,
Yeah. So.
hmm yeah, I can definitely see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean maybe they got something going, man. Best to them. Other than that, man, I think we can wrap this up. You got anything else to add to anything?
Oh, sir. I think we pretty much
Hey,
covered everything.
we done did it, y'all. We done did it. Turn around, told that bitch she shitty.
Well,
Hey,
damn.
hey. I'm just letting the beat rock. Thank you for joining the pen and the pad. I'll be your host, Keon Mack, here with my boy Terry. Uh, you can catch us here. We definitely trying for every week. This is y'all second podcast in a row. I'm about to upload this shit before I go to sleep and post that shit like that. Anyway, I'm out this bitch. Make sure y'all look for Talk Your Talk Radio on all platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I need to get back to work on that shit too, man. There's a couple other platforms I need to be on. And we need to start working on this website too, man. I wanna kind of do some shit, create some merchandise or whatever. Maybe it's too early for that. It's too early. I gotta wait for the money to come in. Once the money start rolling in, then we can start investing to give back to you, the people. All right, man. That's it for me, man. I'm out this bitch. Any last words for him, Morris?
Everybody be safe out there.
Smack 'em on the back. All right, we out.